Welcome back to Off the Gridiron. I'm Josh.
I'm Kush.
Kush is back. Josh is here. You'll get Noah and/or Garrett back probably next week. But you got me and Kush again today, and we're gonna preview tonight's Bills-Texans game. And it's a lot. It's a David versus Goliath here. It feels
Huge
like
game. Huge game.
it's one of those like you gotta try and win. Obviously, you gotta try and win, but like this is probably the toughest game left on the schedule. Would you argue? Would you say?
Yeah,
Currently, because of Davis Mills starting.
I would say that adds a lot to it. Yeah.
I was
yeah.
just like on paper. Obviously, the Bills might not be the toughest team. Maybe the Colts are a tougher matchup. Obviously, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. The Chargers are pretty good. But with Davis Mills starting, you could say that this is the last probably going to lose game. All the rest of them, you have a very good chance, and there's still a chance today. But it's a high wall to climb. But let's get into it. We're going to talk through it. It's going to be a pretty quick episode. We're just going to preview our three keys of the game. Kind of talk through how the Texans can pull this off. And give me your key to start.
I think I looked at this game a couple weeks ago and I was like, man, this is going to be a very, very hard game to win.
Yeah.
The Bills are playing really well offensively. And then they kind of slipped, had a couple losses in a row, and then they kind of got back on track last week in a high-scoring game against the Bucs.
Yeah.
And then I look at this game today, and the Bills have a lot of guys on offense out. No Dalton Kincaid today. Keon Coleman is benched for being an idiot,
Yeah.
So they're kind of thin offensively, and if you're a Texans fan right now and you're looking to grasp onto any kind of hope, I think that's it right there. They're missing offensive players that might be able to hurt you.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is this defense last year probably played as well against Josh Allen as I've seen any team play against him.
Yeah. I have the stats pulled up from last year. Texans won. They pulled it out at home 23-20. Now, you had C.J. Stroud throw for 331 yards, 28 for 38, touchdown on INT. So can the Texans offense with Davis Mills put up that many points? We'll see. But you did hold Josh Allen to 131 passing yards, 9 for 30, 1 touchdown. James Cook got you a little bit for 20 carries for 82 yards. But the two leading receivers for the Bills last year, Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid.
Both the guys are out this time.
Both guys are out. So it's interesting. You're right. Yeah, it was, see what they can do if they can repeat that with Josh Allen.
Yeah, and then as far as keys to the game, I think number one, they're going to have to be effective in the run game with Woody Marks and Nick Chubb. They haven't really been great running the ball this season at all.
No, Mark. Wow, I just realized the Texans haven't had a single 100-yard rushing game from a running back all year. Woody Marks' high is 69, and that is the highest for the season for the Texans.
Yeah, so
69 rushing yards. I like that point. Get the ball moving on the ground, and I think honestly we talk about. We're talking about how it's Josh Allen versus Davis Mills. It's a tough matchup, but it might come down to the running game. If you can stop James Cook, and then if on the flip side you can have Woody Marks get things done, I think that's a very strong key to the game. My key, I think you just got to fall back to what we were just saying, is stopping Josh Allen, most importantly on the ground. Speaking of that running game. Third down conversion, I think, is a big deal. The Buffalo Bills currently are fourth in the league with a 44.9% third down conversion rate. That is very good. The Texans are way down at 26th with a 36% third down conversion rate. So as a team, the Texans defense stops third down conversion at third best in the league at 34%. So that's, I think, where the difference in the game is going to be, is in the trenches, is letting Josh Allen, on a 3rd and 4 scramble for that first down, like stopping him on those big third downs. I think it's going to be a huge deal. I think that's one of my keys to the game.
Yeah, and with those two guys out, Keon Coleman, Dalton Kincaid out, I think the Bills' game plan is going to be heavy Josh Allen today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to rack my brain thinking of like a standout receiver that they have that when things break down that they can get the ball to, but they have guys that can make plays, but I don't think they have guys for this game that they don't have a Nico Collins for this game where they can just throw it up and he's going to come down with that. Keon Coleman to me is one of those guys, but he's not going to play. So I feel like it's going to be heavy James Cook, and it's going to be heavy Josh Allen on offense.
Yeah. Last week, the Bills scored 44 points. Their highest receiver was Tyrell Shavers with 90 yards. James Cook was second in receiving yards. They haven't had a receiver. They've only had three receivers get over 100 yards receiving so far this year. And 2 of those was Dalton Kincaid, and the other one was Keon Coleman. So it really is a pretty big deal that both those guys are going to be out. He's going to be relying on Shakir a lot. He's going to be going to Shavers. But yeah, it's basically going to be Josh Allen versus the Texans defense. And you hope you can stop him, and you hope Davis Mills and the Texans offense can put up just enough to get the win.
Yeah, and then I think this game's going to come down to, can the defense limit James Cook enough to get them into 3rd and long situations? And then that's when you can let your 2 standout pass rushers just go off on their offensive line. And if they can do that, I think they can keep themselves in the game. But, offensively is interesting to me because the Bills against the run haven't been great this season. And I was watching the game last week with the Bucks, and I'm like, man, a no-name guy for the Bucks, Sean Tucker, goes off for like 3 touchdowns.
Crazy. Yeah,
and it kind of gave me confidence. But then I had to remember, like, okay, the Texans haven't been good enough to take advantage of stuff like that. So we'll see if they can get that run game going. And this is a big game for Nick Caley, against that defense.
It's a really big game.
Can he establish the run against that
yeah,
team? Yeah,
because you have
Davis Mills out.
You have a test with a really good team, but also, if the Bucks can figure out how to get that much running with Sean Tucker against this Bills team, then come on, Nick Caley, figure out some scheming, figure out something. Like Woody Marks, obviously, he's a rookie. We haven't fully seen his, we've seen flashes of his potential, but we don't know if he's going to be like a future star in the league with over 100 yards a game or anything like that. But this is a test to find out, if he can ball out here, then you might have an idea of what you have on your hands, and what Nick Caley can scheme up. But before we get moving on a little bit further, let's hear from our sponsor, Underdog. Football season is in full swing, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action. Whether you're into basketball, football, hockey, or any sport in between, Underdog is a great place to go. Playing Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and more. Get your picks right, and you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. We gave some picks on Tuesday when we did the recap of last week's game. Now we're doing the preview of this game. I think we should give some other picks. I'm going to go first this time.
All right.
I always go second, and I get my picks stolen. I'm going to go first. And on the line of what we were saying, I'm going to go Woody Marks higher, 63.5 rushing yards.
I think that's a good one because, like we talked about, if the Texans are going to win this game, they're going to have to be effective in the run game.
Yeah.
And then on the opposite side, on defense, I have to go with the not the Terminator, but the Cyborg.
Okay.
Danielle Hunter higher than 0.5 sacks.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that because Josh Allen is a big scrambler. He's hard to sack, but at the same time, the more you have a quarterback scrambling around, the more likely, you might pop one off, get one or two on him. I love that. Well, for more from Underdog, let's take it away, Garrett.
This episode is sponsored by Underdog. Let me tell you about Underdog real quick.
Tell him.
Football is in full swing, and the best place to go is Underdog. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like rushing yards, receptions, touchdowns, and a whole lot more. Get your picks right, and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. 5,000. Playing on Underdog during football season is my favorite. I love taking Nico Collins receptions higher, obviously. And I'll take a little CJ Stroud passing yards on the occasion. Higher, obviously. Love my Texans. Download the app today. Sign up with promo code OTG to score $100 in bonus funds and entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code OTG. Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 18 plus. 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska. 19 plus in Colorado for some games. 21 plus in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia. And present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Again, thank you so much to Underdog, and get out there and win some money. Do it.
OTG. Thanks, Garrett. Use code OTG on Underdog. Make picks, win money. Beep, boop, 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 boop. We just got a news alert right when we're recording this podcast. Joe Mixon is not expected to play football the rest of the season. He deals with a foot injury. Likely remains on the physically unable to perform list through the season. So Houston is moving forward with Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. I think we all kind of saw this coming. It was kind of a weird, no updates, what's happening. Even we're a little tuned in to the behind the scenes, and we have sources. Shout out, but even the stuff we were hearing was really quiet, and you think if a player has an injury that he's coming back from soonish, you would be hearing more stuff about him rehabbing. So you're without Joe Mixon rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we kind of expected that. I mean, from the start of the offseason, going into the season, I kind of had a feeling that Joe Mixon is not going to be a part of this team this season.
Yeah.
There have been reports where it was very mysterious. It was mysterious. It kind of reminded me of the Christian Harris stuff last year.
Okay, yeah.
Where
where is
we
he?
didn't know he wasn't at practice.
Yeah.
And then they finally activated him 3 games to go in the season.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's a stretch to say Woody Marks is the running back one for now and the future of this franchise.
I think he is. I think it's Woody Marks' team. See what he can give you the rest of the year, and then after the year you debate and figure out, are we going to move forward with Woody Marks? Do we trust him? Is he our running back one of the future, or do we need to draft another guy, or do we need to trade or sign a free agent to fill the gap? I do think that gives Woody Marks a little bit of a boost, maybe.
Yeah, knowing that
this
he's
week,
the guy,
knowing this is my team.
Yeah.
I'm no longer trying it. Maybe makes him a little comfortable.
He doesn't really have to worry about when Joe Mixon comes back, am I going to get snaps?
Exactly. So maybe that gives him a little boost for tonight. And that there might be some reasoning behind the timing of that announcement going into tonight. But yeah, I mean, I think we all kind of saw it coming. Unfortunate. Does he still have another year under contract? Or?
I believe he still has one more year.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. He could recover and come back next year, or maybe this is a situation where you just say, thank you for what you did, but I think it's just not working out, that sort of thing. We'll see. But yeah, Woody Marks is your running back one, and let's get back into the game and what that means.
Yep.
But yeah, let's get into our final key of this matchup. We'll each give our, we've given a bunch of keys. We need a whole janitor's ring of keys to win this game. So give me your final key to the game, and I'll think of mine while you're gone.
I think my final key of the game is it's kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
Can't turn the ball over on offense.
I love that.
Can't turn the ball over on offense and get the ball out quick. Last week against the Tennessee Titans, I know it didn't result in a lot of points, and we kind of struggled in the red zone. But between the 20s, I thought the game plan was good. You got the ball out of Davis Mills' hands, you got it into Nico Collins' hands. So I think more of that, and then an underrated part of this game to me, special teams.
Yeah. Yeah, you think? Yeah, special teams. I was thinking about that exact same thing. I think my key is gonna be not only stopping them, but stopping them as close as you can to midfield, because I think Matt Prater is. I don't want to talk too much shit, but it's different than the past few weeks where you've been playing teams with very good kickers, and you stop them on the 40, but they managed to get 3 points out of it. I think you're going to be able to stop this team and make the Bills kind of be more touchdown or bust, and hopefully hold them to 7 to 14 points. Help hold it down. I'm going to give my prediction for the game. We're not going to come on here and predict the Texans loss like that's, but if they can figure out a win, I think it's going to be similar to last year. I think it's going to be another ugly 16-10.
Wow, 16-10.
That's crazy. The Bills are for sure going to score more points. But, if the Texans are going to win, that's how it's going to have to happen. I don't see this Texans offense scoring that much more than 16, 17 points, maybe 20. So if you are going to win, it's going to be on the defense holding the Bills in check.
Me and Stoney on Play Action Takes talk about this all the time with these Thursday games. These
Yeah.
Thursday games are crazy and wacky.
Yeah.
Crazy shit always happens, in these Thursday games.
That's true. It's the first Texans Thursday game this year.
And speaking of Thursday games, I believe it was a Thursday game a couple years ago, C.J. Stroud's rookie year.
Okay.
And we all thought we were going to beat the Jets, the Aaron Rodgers Jets.
Oh, yeah.
And then every Texans fans know what happens. We lost. And so I think it's something about these Thursday games where just crazy stuff happens. And I think the Texans are going to win the turnover battle.
Okay.
And if they can get to Josh Allen, make him throw interceptions, because he has thrown some interceptions this season.
Yeah.
That could be a big factor in this game. So I'm going to go Texans 23-20. I think Fairbairn kicks the game-winning field goal.
Damn, so same exact scores last year at home against the Bills, stopping Josh Allen, making him turn the ball over. I love it. Yeah. Let us know what your score prediction is. Is it possible? Can the Texans pull this off? If they do, they are 6-5, going to play your division rival Colts, and then the seemingly beatable Kansas City Chiefs. Then you have Arizona, the Raiders, Chargers, and Colts again. If you can win this game, it really launches you. You get C.J. Stroud back, and now you're looking at, okay, we just need to go 4-2 with 1, 2, 3-ish beatable teams. Like, you're in a way better spot in terms of making the playoffs. Really big game, primetime football, Thursday night. Thank you for watching and hanging out with us and listening. We'll see you next time.
Go Texans.
Go Texans. Watch ball.
Back in my bag and I ain't gotta brag, I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in the pair.